Hello everybody, this is Scott with Eurotech. We're going to show how to set up tool life management on your Eurotech machines using the HMI side. So as you can see here on our control, we're on our HMI side. So we will go to edit. Then on our program, we go down to our tool. And right below, as far as the tool call, we're going to put in a G199. In this case, we have some redundant tooling here for our rough turn tool. So this is going to be family 1. So G199F, meaning family 1. Then on our other tools, for example, here, our finish turn tool, we don't have a family, so we just put in a G199. We'll always put this in after our tool call. We'll have it here on our drill, same case. After the tool call, G199, and the same thing on this drill. Then at the end of the program, very bottom, before M90 tool count or part count, we're going to put in this macro code. Very critical to make sure we put the M29 there in our program to reset the buffer and stop look ahead. That way it reads this macro line of pound 147 equals 1, and that is set by the tool life management page. Once the tool has been met, it will turn pound 147 to a 1, and then it'll read this and it'll give us a end life alarm. So that's all you need to set up in your program. Now to set up the tool life page, this is how we go about doing this. We're going to hit our menu button here. We're going to hit the Belia icon. And then you're going to look across here, across the bottom, we see tool life. We're going to go into this page. If you get active on CNC, this means that you had the page turned on or accessed on the FANUC side. Real easy way to get out of this, and we'll show you real quick because how the HMI side is. We just go back to the menu. We go back to our maintenance display. Here, we'll go to custom page, hit return, and get back to our main Belia page. So this is something unique with the HMI side, because you can access the page from both ways. Now we can go back to our menu button and go back into our Belia icon and hit Tool Life. And you see we have our Tool Life page. To edit this page, first thing we have to do is we have to make sure we're in the edit mode. Okay, so we're in the edit mode. Now we can hit the Edit On soft key. And you'll see up here at top, it says Edit On. Now we're able to go in and set for its tool, offset numbers, tool count, and everything. So we just cursor over. So in this case, since Tool 1 and Tool 3 are going to be our redundant tooling for our rough turn, we say Tool 1, Offset 1 is under Group 1, and then Tool 3, Offset 3 is under Group 1. So we set this tool 1, we set that tool 1, then we come over and we set that to 1, we set that to 3. So tool station 1, offset 1, tool station 3, offset 3. If we were using a double OD turning holder to where you had turret station 1, offset 1, and the other station is 121, we can use that for redundant tooling. Here's how you set that up. So we would still set up tool 1, offset 1, group 1. We're going to page down and we're going to find offset 21. We're going to set that as group 1 to turret station 1. And then we will come over here to our tool life and we set that to how many parts we want it to make. The life count is set once you set the tool life, and this counts down. So it's at 3, so once we run a part, it'll become 2, then 1, then 0. But then once its 0 has been met, it will toggle up here on the tool status that it's off, that it's done, and then it will generate an alarm. For the tools that you're not using a family, in this case, tool 4, offset 4, we don't need to set a group life or a turret station. It's based off the offset. We just set what we want our tool life to be. In this case, 5 pieces. For tool 7, our one drill, we're going to set that to 7 pieces. And our other drill, tool number 8, we're going to set that to 8 pieces. Okay? Once you have that set, another thing that you can set on this machine is an offset side. So let's say here on tool number 4, okay, your finish turn. Let's say over, in this case, 5 pieces, we know that after 5 pieces, it moves 5/10. So we want it to adjust a tenth every part. So therefore, the size stays the same. So let's say it grows 5/10 larger over 5 parts. So over here on the offset side, what we would do is we would come right here and we're going to say we want to go minus 5/10, and we're going to input that in, or we just say 5/10. So then you would set, how much offset, whether it be in U or Z, and then the offset number. And then what it will do is it will look at this amount of parts and what the grand total is. So if we wanted 5/10, we would set 5/10 there, and it knows that over 5 parts, it needs to move a 1/10 each time. So it does have that capability. We're not going to do that. We're just working on the tool life. So once you run a part through, and once far as it has an alarm that says tool life is over, you'll come into this page. And it's very similar as the FANUC side. You'll see it offs here, and you're going to turn edit on, and then you're going to reset the count. And then it will reset it, and then you far as continue on. So 2 different ways of doing it. If you have a HMI control, and this side's a little bit, maybe a little bit far as difficult or not quite understand, you can always access the FANUC side. And obviously anybody who has a machine that is prior to HMI controls, then you would use the FANUC side. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to contact us here at Eurotech. Thank you.